The newest character to Marvel Puzzle Quest is Havok, and crazy enough, he's been actually one of the most requested characters for me to make a character of, so it was kind of exciting to see him finally pop up and have his own character. So let's go over him in an MPQ profile. Hey everybody, welcome back to MPQ Mastery, where we teach you to destroy more gems. I'm your host Aloy, and we're back with another MPQ profile. They keep coming out with new characters. It's ridiculous! And some of these characters are very amazing, and other ones are, good. That's kind of where Havok falls for me. He seems really useful. But on a larger scale, he doesn't seem as easily comboed, or it's not as easy to figure out exactly how to use him to all of his strengths. They went ahead and sent me over a few covers so I could check them out, and I enjoy him. I would say that my very first thoughts are that he, at just, the lower levels, he's not as useful as some other characters at their lower levels. But if you look at his level 5 abilities, he just gets insanely powerful and useful. Now in the comics, he is actually Cyclops' brother, which was always weird for me because it seems like if you're siblings, you should get some sort of power that might be similar to each other. Very few of the characters in X-Men have real siblings and stuff, or if they do, they don't have powers and they're the outcast. But these two have actually always been really cool in the comics, and Havok has been known to be more powerful than Cyclops. So I was very interested in how they would portray that in MPQ. So let's go ahead and start going over the powers. He is a green, red, blue, so easily matched with other teams. And let's start off with his red power. It is the most simple of his powers. It's called Plasma Beam, where he fires a, beam of energy. Hey, it's Plasma Beam. Hey, look at that, self-described. Which deals a bunch of damage even with just one cover, and converts one blue to a charged blue, or if you get it up to level 4 and 5, it does it to 3 blues, makes 3 charged blues. His green ability I actually really like. At the first level, it's less useful. It destroys special tiles, those attack, those strike, those protect tiles, and deals damage to the enemy team based on how many of those tiles it gets to destroy. Now that said, at level 1, it only destroys attack tiles. And then at level 2 and 3, it does attack and protect, and then at 4 and 5, it does attack, protect, and strike tiles. The damage also continues to rise, but not by a whole lot each level. More of what you're doing by raising the level on this power is allowing it to affect more of the enemy things. Then you get to Radiation Absorption, which I think is that's the key ability here for Havok. It's the one that I've been playing with the most and really trying to get a good feel for. And basically it's a way for you to kind of choose which direction you want to go in, either red or green. Red ends up doing direct damage to one target, green ends up doing less damage but to the enemy team. But on top of that, while using this blue ability, whichever color you choose, the other color is converted into that color. So for instance, if I attack the enemy team with the green ability, then red AP is going to be translated over to green to power my use of the green power eventually. I do kind of like that. It does 2 AP at levels 1 through 3, and then it does 3 at 4 and 5. So what I'm seeing here with a lot of Havok's powers is that it's not necessarily 100% beneficial to have any of them at level 5. You're probably going to end up with 4, 4, 5 is probably how I would arrange this. You're doing a little bit less damage, but you're getting all of the full effect and still benefiting from the 5th level of the blue ability, which from what I've seen actually comes up a little bit more often than the other 2 abilities. Even though that you're using that to feed it into them, it's weird the way that the character ends up playing. again, I found it a little bit difficult trying to find exactly who to pair Havok with. I did find a few different options that I actually really dig. He pairs pretty well with the Totally Awesome Hulk, because the Totally Awesome Hulk has his blue tile on the board. When it hits, it deals damage and produces a bunch of charged green and blue. And what that does is it allows you to keep using Havok's blue over and over again, also the green, and you can even use Havok as a way to fuel other characters' greens. I've used him with the 5-star Captain Marvel, works really well for that as well. And obviously, based on his green power, he's used as a really good counter to a gritty type team. You can use the blue power to fuel his green and get rid of all the attack and strike and all those tiles all over the board. So he's really good at destroying those things. But honestly, he's kind of a simple character, a little bit like a Jessica Jones and whatnot, where all of his powers, they deal lots of damage. So it really doesn't matter who you team him up with, he's gonna be on the board. And he's gonna keep dealing a ton of damage to everybody, especially at those higher levels, especially if you team him up with somebody who can add some attack tiles and boost it and all that stuff. I mean, he is a beast. But I would say, looking at like the last character that we did of Karnak was like, oh, he does this and this and this, that is easily matched with this and this and this. Whereas Havok, I don't know, he seems like a little bit of a catch-all. He's kind of good in any team you put him in, and he doesn't necessarily benefit any one kind of character outlook than another. And his red power does create charge tiles, which might mean that he goes along well with other characters who use charge tiles, so like a 5-star Storm or a Worthy Cap. The problem is that he shares the same colors as a lot of the other characters who utilize charge tiles quite a bit. So you're gonna run into a bunch of issues of having the AP and having everybody kind of need that EP to make them useful. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know about your experience with them so far. Let me know who you're teaming them up with. Make sure everybody goes into the comments to go ahead and get these tips. I want to go ahead and state up front, like, when I make these videos, I'm giving you my best ideas, but sometimes in the comments, people are blowing it out of the park and they have even better ideas than I have. One of the big things that I wanted to do with this channel was create a community that we could actually get together and we could talk about one of our favorite games in a positive light. What I found in a lot of other places that discuss MPQ is there's honestly a lot of hate and a lot of like aggression, and those places have turned me away here and there as well. So creating a channel like this to have a place in the comments of each video where people can really discuss what they love about the game and even things they don't like about the game, but everybody does it so respectful here, so I want to thank everybody for that. Otherwise, I just want to thank everybody for coming and being here with me. I'm having an amazing time doing MPQ Mastery for y'all, and hopefully all of you are enjoying the videos that I've been producing here. If you do, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. Also check out possibly becoming a YouTube member. That helps me out quite a bit and frees me up to do more on these videos and work harder on them. Otherwise, thanks for coming to MPQ Mastery. Go destroy some gems.